Right. I think we've got it here. Hello, all you wonderful, amazing, spectacular tea people. Wherever in the world you happen to be, I hope you're doing absolutely wonderfully well. It's been a while. It is the I forgot my scissors and weights. Just 1 second. I'll get my scissors and weights or the scale. I hope everybody you've had an absolutely amazing, spectacular summer. Summer is ending. Summer is slowly but surely sort of finishing up here in the beautiful east coast of Taiwan. I don't know. We're going to talk about it, but I've been extraordinarily stressed out. Extraordinarily stressed out, which is actually not that bad. It's okay. But what's really interesting, we'll talk about it today, is that my taste is off. So I've been getting teas in, I've been sampling the teas, but it's been really, really tough because my taste has been off. It's been hard for me to taste the stuff. But we'll also talk about this because next month's subscription box, everybody's going to be getting one of these, but we'll talk about that in a second as well. But anyways, what do we got today? We have the Full Pear Mountain, and this year was late. So these were late. Full Pear Mountain was late. But these are the 2 days. One of the days was the 20th, and one of the days was the 18th. And so they actually, it was really late this year. But I guess this year was late all around. The spring was late as well, wasn't it? But yes, so it's been pretty late. And every year I wait for this tea. Every year it's the tea that I'm sort of like, I really hope this tea is going to be a winner. And I'm hoping that it's going to be. They're really good. I just got these in this morning. I hope it goes. I was getting over being sick last week, and my taste was completely off for like a week. Couldn't taste any high notes. Yes, well, getting sick does it as well for me. Well, I guess I can tell you some of the story there. But for me, sickness actually doesn't do it too much for me. Like sickness is actually okay, which is pretty weird. Even if I have, I can't really smell too much, things like that, it's actually usually okay. But what really gets me is stress levels. And the stress levels, end of the summer, too much kids. I'm going to be starting up a new sort of project in the next little while, that type of stuff. And so that's been stressing me out. And basically what happens when I get super stressed out is I can still sort of taste, but everything in the background it just hurts my tongue. So my tongue just hurts. And it's, I'll tell you a couple stories about it. But it gets to the point often where I'll have to completely second guess myself. I'll have to get other people to try the teas. I'll have to do all sorts of different things to be able to say that, okay, this tea is good. Because when I drink it, I can taste all the notes. But what happens is I get this extremely uncomfortable sandpaper / numbness on my tongue. And I remember the first time it happened. It usually happens around this time of year. It's a stressful time of year. But I remember the first time it happened, I freaked out. Like I just went crazy because I was like, I've tried this tea. Oh my God, I just bought this tea. I spent thousands of dollars on this tea. Oh my God, it tastes terrible. Right. It was, you can imagine if something is induced by stress, something like that happens, it doesn't make it better. It does not make it any better. And what's annoying about it is this stress that I get on sort of the mid to the back of my palate. Actually is sort of close to, not exactly the same, but very close to if you have a really low quality tea and it's really done in a poor way, then you actually still get that same flavor. or that same taste experience, which makes it so much worse, right? And so that's anyways, that's what I'm going through right now. And but I definitely know what you're talking about. Like when you have the sort of, you get sick, you get the stuffed up stuff, and you can't get the full taste of stuff. The high notes are lacking for sure, and that's really tough um, because it's really annoying. It's really annoying when, especially when you're sick and you want to, when you have time because you can rest and then you want to drink the tea but you can't. That sounds rough. Literally, that's what it is. And I describe it as a roughness, right? Sort of a roughness in the palate. And this time of year, it's especially bad. It compounds itself because if you have a poorly done summer oolong, right, an oolong that's poorly done, then that oolong will be rough. And it'll be a rough oolong. And so I've had this. So there was for example, there's a tea, this tea right here. I've been drinking it sort of nonstop, which doesn't help. There was this tea here. This is the Fall Jade Mountain, and the Fall Jade Mountain is from a little bit lower elevation, so there is like a big danger of it being rough. And I do actually think it's a little bit rough, but it's also really nice. Right? It's also a really beautiful tea. And I got the sample in when I wasn't stressed, and then I got the tea in when I am stressed. And so I've been drinking this tea the last couple of days, and it's not been good. It's not been good. Yeah, it's not been good. I just drank some of it. The flavors are nice. Everything's good about it. It's certainly not a bad tea, but it's rough. It's rough. It tastes rough. Anyways, what are we looking at here? We are looking at the Fall Pear Mountain. And the Fall Pear Mountain, I'll tell the story because I usually tell the story this time of year. But Fall Pear Mountain is one of my favorite teas just of all time. And the reason is it was around this time of year, and this is when I really got introduced to good oolong, good fresh oolong. This is when I got introduced to it. And I remember it was late August, up in Pear Mountain, down a crazy road. And I was with some people that, anyways, that's a different story. But we were giving up. And then I saw the sign and I said, organic, Chinese, it said organic high mountain oolong. We're in the middle of nowhere on this crazy road, one track cliff here. And so we went, we're like, okay, let's stop. And we walked down and they were making this tea. So the smell of this tea was wafting around. You can imagine sort of a high elevation pine forest. And we walked in and we just, reached out and sort of the first time I ever had fresh tea. And it was this tea, this style of tea. And so it always has, a deep connection with me. And it's a tea. So why is the fall tea different than the? Yeah, okay. Smells pretty good. Let's hope my tongue's okay. This tea is, why is it different than the spring? Why is it different than the fall? Well, it's a little bit more rough. So Fall Pear Mountain, fall high elevation teas are a little bit rough, right? So they're rough on the palate. Oh, I hope my tongue's okay. And then the second part is they have a little bit more heat, so a little bit more butteriness. The floral's got a little bit more pop, but they have less subtleness, right? So they have less subtleness. There's a really beautiful nature, a really beautifulness to the say the springtime teas, that subtleness, right? And then the wintertime teas, you've got a strength, but then the florals are oftentimes quite lingering and subtle in the aftertaste. But in the springtime, it's like thick mouth feel. You're not getting too much florals, a little bit sometimes, but you're mostly looking at sort of orangey, fruity type of things, right? That's sort of what you're looking at. And that's perfect. That's just your fall time taste. And that's exactly what I'm looking for. So that makes me happy there. Now, when they were making this, in between the days, there was actually like a big rainstorm. So I'm a little bit worried about, that was the second day. About the first day here. Well, that's okay. It's not all that special. Let's see, what's this one like, the fall one here? Oh wow, I think this one's just overall better. Now there's that roughness that's coming on my tongue, but I know that's due to stress. that's the stress tongue coming out. Now, both these teas, they're quite nice. They're both nice. Now, usually what I do with this is I do like a rich and a sweet. That's what I usually do. I divide them into two for this season. And this year, there's not really that big a difference between the two. Unfortunately or fortunately, sort of a thing that's going on here. There's not really all that difference between the two. Now I'm going to let these sit for 5 minutes, and we're going to talk about the other thing that I got going on. So what's the other thing that I got going on? So my oldest son, he is a handful. He is a handful. He's a special kid, and he is a handful. And which means he needs sort of special schooling, and not special schooling in the sense of he can't go to normal schools. He needs special schooling in the sense that he needs to be challenged all the time. And if he gets bored, you pay for it. And so we have to, luckily, there's one of these schools that has opened up very close to where we live. And actually, there's like a public bus that can take him there, even though it's on the ocean. Anyways, it's quite interesting, but it's super expensive. And so I decided that my son is. I have two sons. One of my sons is much more similar to me, and so when I was growing up, my boredom was much more repressed. One of the reasons why I live on the other side of Taiwan, but. For him, because he's grown up with me, it's not repressed. And so we got to send him to the school, and the school is wildly expensive. Now, it's not that expensive globally, but it's expensive for what we're doing. So I decided, because he's very similar to me, we'd start up a project. Now, what we have in Taiwan, there is literally a river in Taiwan that is full of jade. And when I say it's full of jade, I literally mean it's full of jade. I don't know if you've seen recently, you've seen some of the stuff that I put on in the feed. We go there, and the two of us will walk up the river, and we will pick up copious amounts of jade. And when I say jade, I mean actual jade. So let's take a look here. So this here, we'll put it up. You can sort of see that. Now watch when I get it wet, right? So I'm gonna. Why don't I dip it in I'll dip it in the tea here. So you get it wet, and then you try again, and look at you can see the color here sort of pop. Now it's better if it's in the sunlight, obviously, but this jade we literally picked out of a river. And so this is the jade that we are going to, let's see if we can hold it up here and so you can sort of see it there. Yeah, that works pretty well. But this is the jade that is this subscription box. Every single person's getting a piece of jade. Like I'm Oprah, yeah, jade. Everybody gets jade. You get a little piece of jade in your subscription box, and I think I have enough of the smaller pieces. But what we're actually going to do is we're going to start up Taiwan Jade Hunters. So my son and I are going to be a Shopify website. He's going to be taking the pictures. Obviously, he's 10, right? So I've got to write the descriptions and do all that sort of stuff. It's another thing that's making my tongue off because I'm stressed out about all this stuff that's going on. We've got to do this expensive school, so we got to come up with an extra stream of revenue, and so that's what we're going to do. So we're going to do this jade business, and you can see sort of the stuff here. These are the ones we've already put on the site. The site isn't live yet. You can see like big all pieces of jade like that. And today we're going to go and polish some and see if we can make some really beautiful. But these are sort of the pieces of jade that you can see here. But that's coming down the pipe. So that's what I've been working on the last month. And I haven't been doing a lot of tea stuff the last month, which is also probably contributing to my stress levels. But that's because there's not a lot of tea going on. Right? I wanted to go up the mountain to go see this production. But we tried. I went with my family. We tried to get up the mountain to see this production. But in Taiwan, it's been the most insane summer holiday. And it's just been insane. Like we couldn't go up. The traffic was like the traffic was like New Year's. The traffic was just like, usually it takes maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours to get to places. It's taken us 4 hours. We just threw in the towel. We're like, sorry, we're going home. This is just too much. We live in a small little town. Well, it's actually not that small, but small for Asia, small for Taiwan. And we just can't sit in traffic for 4 hours. No. On your vacation? No. So we didn't actually make it up to see the production of this, but we're going to go up in September, see the garden. And looking at these two, looks like this year, I'll double check here. I even cheated a bit. I put the jade in here. And I think what I'll do too, because it's just so much fun, I think what I'll do too is I'll sell these as tea pets as well. I'll throw them on the site just because they're just so much fun. I mean, let's see if it works. Can you see the color change? Let's see if you can see the color change. Like you pour water on this, and oh yeah, it worked. It worked pretty well. That was not bad, hey. So you can see there when the color changes, you can see the jade pop right out. And anyways, as you can see, I'm kind of excited about it just because it's a new project and it's kind of fun. And for the first time in my life, I got a TikTok account. I put it on an old phone, so it's never around me or my children. But there's a TikTok account, Taiwan Jade Hunters. Is going to be the name of that business. But that's what's going on. But I'll sell these two as you can see that's the wet side, and that's sort of the dry side. But when it's in heavy light and stuff like that, it's really quite nice. But yeah, Taiwan Jade Hunters, there's an Instagram account, there's a YouTube account, there is a Facebook account, and there is a TikTok account. TikTok. Just brutal. And it's like I go on there and I'm like, only stones, like I don't, only stones, and then like 5 things in, there's like booby girls dancing is what we call it in our house. We say it in Chinese, nene girls. But it's like TikTok is just brain melting poison. It's so horrible. But there's the Taiwan Jade Hunters TikTok. We'll see how that goes. But anyways, yep. So I'm gonna say this year the overall Fall Pear Mountain production is okay. It's not too bad, but usually each year I get 2 different days and I call them different things. So I'll get 2 different days. I'll call them different things. But this year, that's not going to happen. This year, I'm only going to get 1 day. And this is the day that I'm going to get. So this year, I'm only going to get 1 day. I'm going to get this day. And yeah, it's really nice. It's the rich. So this is this sort of the sweet, and it's not all that good. A little light. It's okay. But the rich one, this is nice. It's really, really strong, really, really rich. It's got the florals. It's got some of the sweet stuff in there as well. It's just, it's got the strength and the heat of the fall. Really, really, really strong in there. Oh, hey man, how's it going? So this year, there's not going to be sweet and rich. There is only going to be rich. Well, there's only going to be one kind of the Fall Pear Mountain. And like, check out this one. Like, that's just a beautiful piece. But no, it's gonna be quite a lot of fun to do all that stuff. And like I was saying, my oldest, he's like a mini me. So he's got a lot of the same drives as I have. He asks a lot of the same questions. And so might as well start him young, give him freedom, give him his first online business. And so we'll be selling jade to pay for his extraordinarily expensive education. Well, it's not all that expensive. Worldwide, it's not that bad. Drinking Taiwanese heicha right now. Don't know what year. I'm finishing my stash before I move. Yeah, you might as well. You might as well finish it up. But this fall, hopefully I'll get some more. That's a fellow who makes that stuff. I was going to buy some white this year in the spring and some of the Shen. But we're like, okay, we'll get, he said, I'll get back to you when it's ready. And he never got back to me. And I was like, I'm not going to push it. But in the fall, I think I'm going to phone him up and be like, can we do heicha this year? Because pretty soon they're going to be starting to make tea over there, probably in the next couple of weeks. And I should go down to visit because I haven't been there for a couple of years. But yeah, definitely go down to visit. I had some of that government Fusho Shan Oolong, but it was from 2016. All right, well, there you go. So you was it authentic Fusho Shan? Mr. Hooper there? I mean, was it authentic? Because, I don't think I've had it. I've had lots of tea that's been called Fusho Shan, but I've never had it, like, I think I've never had the real authentic stuff. Like, is it worth all of that fancy whatever it is? Another vendor friend of mine might talk to you and do a swap. I don't know if you're talking to me or to the person who has some of the fancy Fusho Shan from 2016. But yeah, I've definitely got to do some more tea cakes. And it's time to get back to doing sort of the tea business because I haven't done too much of it over the summertime. I've definitely taken a break. And I'm going to be starting to do more of use some more of the AI tools. T-swap. T-swap with me. Yeah. Well, yeah. Just let me know. I'm definitely open for T-swaps, for sure. But yeah, I'm definitely looking to leverage. There's the word. Leverage some of the sort of the AI tools out there, and start doing some more videos and planning stuff out a little bit more and that type of stuff. Because it's really tough doing it all by myself. It's really, 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 really tough. It's really, really tough. And remember, you buy tea it goes to my bank account, then goes directly to the farmer, and then directly to food for my family. And there's nothing else. All right, so that's it. You know, some goes to the post office. Other than that, there's no middleman. There's nothing else. It's literally, you know, the money from Shopify comes into my bank account, goes out to the farmer, goes out to the grocery store, and that's it. Right? That's it. And so I do everything by myself. So all of the marketing, the packing, all of the website stuff, everything is just done by myself. You know, help from my family, of course. So it's it can get tiring and overwhelming sometimes. I mean, if a dude approaches you and uses my name, it's legit. See, I don't know about that now. Now there's going to be all the people from the chat. There's going to be all these people going, "Hey, would you like to buy some cryptocurrency?" Flavor Hedonist is my bro, dude. You want to buy some XRP? You know, like, so now I'm scared. But well, anyways, we'll see. But yes, I'm definitely open to it. Oh, I think I missed one in there. Sorry. Yeah, the illustrated can, and I got it from a tea buddy who sourced it from Taiwan with the seal right on. But he got a heady feeling from it, so leaving it aside for a few years. He gave it to me. Imagine taste was quite good for being such an old greener oolong. Yeah. And that's one of the things about aging the greener oolongs. Nobody does it. And so it's a strange experience when you have like a 3 or 4 year old oolong. I got some from when I first started, so maybe it's 5 or 6 years old now. Not quite as it'd be. So it's 2018, and it's actually sort of this Pear Mountain stuff. And every once in a while, I take it out and try it. It's weird. It's like buttery, but it's lost its freshness, and it's just weird. It's interesting. I don't mind it. Right? I don't mind it. It's kind of interesting, but I also want to just leave it for another 20 years because it can get, if you open it up and then close it and open it up and close it, it can get a little funky. In not a good way. Okay, I think this has been cooking enough. So this is what, the third steam on this. So this will be the final go round. If this is good, then this is good. And then we can order this tea and we're good to go. And this will be the tea for the shop. Fall Pear Mountain. This is it. I'm buying, what? I guess I'll buy about, I don't know, many kilograms of it. And that's what it is. I'm happy. I'm very happy to buy it. There we go. We got it. Nobody does unless they forgot about it. Yes, right? Nobody ages this stuff, unless they forget about it. And if you forget about it, it wasn't that good to begin with. Yes and no. I have forgotten about teas that were quite good. But I would say yes, absolutely, like 99% of 89% of the time, then the teas that are left behind are the ones that are not so good. Okay, so let's recap. So what do we got? This is the Fall Pear Mountain. Fall Pear Mountain. The 18th is the day that's going to be the day. And that makes me happy because that's the day. And so I'm going to buy a lot of this tea. And it's beautiful. It's more the rich flavor, not so much the sweet flavor. The sweet flavor over here is just a little bit too light for my liking this year. It just doesn't. Usually they're both the same. But like I was saying, what happened was they picked this the first day, and then it poured rain for, I guess, 2 days. And then there was another sunny day, and then they made this, and it got a lot of flavor washed out. Got some flavor washed out. So no. And then the second thing is, let's see if I can do it again. Let's see if it works. Taiwan River Jade is coming to a subscription box near you, and I'll also sell it as sort of like a strange and wonderful tea pet. But let's see if it works. Let's see. I did it before. Let's see. Okay, so here we go. You ready? Here's the wow. So let's see. Here's what it looks like. Right now we're gonna add hot water to it. Does it work? Boom! Look at the color pop on it. But yes, the source of a lot of my stress the last little while has been the jade. But you can see here, today we're going to go learn how to polish them, if we're going to polish them at all. But a lot of them will just sell sort of natural. But this will be really fun sort of as tea pets, as you can see right there. And this is Taiwanese jade, straight up Taiwanese jade. You can put a flashlight in here and it shines the other side, and it's really quite a lot of fun. Kind of looks like Taiwan on the map behind you color-wise. Yes. Well, the thing is, what they do is there's actually a shop, and they'll cut the shop. They'll cut the jade to look like Taiwan, and then you can go there and like polish it yourself. Yeah, and I'm getting into the jade world, and it's an interesting one. There's so much fake stuff. I mean, I guess it's just like tea, holographic universe and all. But the vast majority of the stuff you find online, that you see online, that's glass. That's not jade. It's not jade. And yeah, it's, a jade bracelet for $5 is not jade. That's not jade. I saw a teapot made out of jade once in a rich Chinese museum. It costs a lot of money. Yes. And anyways, I'll do a like, you can see here, this is the biggest piece. This is like a kilogram worth of jade. And I don't even know if I'm going to sell it, just because it's not the highest quality stuff, but it's a big solid chunk. Anyways, the point is that if you go to a mine and you find a mine, you'll be able to get a piece big enough. But the sort of the natural jade, or the naturally harvested jade that you would find in the rivers, you're not going to be finding big pieces like that. And so maybe back in the day they could find something like that, but jade is notoriously hard to work with, right? It's tough. To make a teapot out of jade, you are a master artisan. Well, and it's also like the jade cabbage thing, right? So there's the jade cabbage. It's a huge part of the culture here. But what I do is I literally just walk through the river. There's this one river that's got all this jade in it. You walk through the river, you'd be like, oh, there's a piece of jade. Stick it in your pocket and just have fun. Maybe you can crush some jade and give it to the Hualien teapot master. Yeah, I don't know. The problem with the jade, let's see if I can show it to you here. The problem with the jade is, what's a good example? These are all really good pieces, but this you can sort of see the example here. Yeah, these are all really nice pieces, but you can see it with this one. The problem with the jade is that if you crush it, it doesn't stay green. And when you crush, you can sort of see it here, but that's like white. And so when you strike it, or like obviously as it's rolling down the river, there's all this whiteness on it. And so that whiteness, if you crush it up, it's not really going to work well going into stuff. But I'd be curious, like if I gave him some pieces of jade, what he could do with them. Maybe place them in, like, actually that's pretty delicate. If you made like a clay place to put your jade in, that'd be tough. That'd be tough to ship around and keep from breaking. But But anyways, yeah, this is beautiful stuff. And that's the project and one of the reasons why my taste buds are all messed up. But we're not sure if the jade would positively affect the tea in the first place. Might be a pointless endeavor. Yes. And, well, I'm going to be selling them as tea pets. So you guys can let me know. As this cools down, it's kind of nice. But perfume, everything about this day, this tea is just great. As soon as I finish this live stream, I'm going to go say I'm going to buy lots of that tea. Okay. That's it for now. Any last questions about anything? Again, to recap, Fall Pear Mountain is picked in the sense that I picked the one that I'm going to buy. So that is the 18th. There will be, if you look it up on all of the different things, there is Taiwan Jade Hunters. So YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. There is Taiwan Jade Hunters. And I put out the same things on all the different things just to see what happens. It's really funny, right? The first video on YouTube got like 3,000 plus views in a day. Like, whoa, what's going viral? And then the second one got 300. And then the fourth one got like 2. So I don't know what's going on with that. Instagram doesn't work very well. I got like nothing. TikTok, I guess I've got about maybe 4,000 or 5,000 views in total, which is nothing. But I definitely need some marketing magic. Facebook, I don't even check it. But I read some Taiwanese teapot makers crush some rocks like pumice and mix it in with the clay to make good teapots. Lin Ceramics does that, I think. Well, I'm absolutely sure there's ways to do that. I mean, for example, the Shanlinchi area, I would love to get some rocks, smushed into that, some of that mud made into pots. I think it would just add, after you've done it for a while, it would add some really, really amazing flavor characteristics to teas, especially really, really strong ones. Anyways, enough of a tangent. This is on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram. So if you want to watch it later on those, go for it. Thank you for watching. And I certainly hope the rest of your night, morning, evening, and week goes wonderfully well. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next live stream.